Hey guys, Sublord here, back in with another action figure review. Today I'll be taking a look at the Mattel Creations exclusive Masters of the Universe Origins Cartoon Collection Vultak, the evil zookeeper of the evil horde. This, of course, brought to us by the fine folks over at Mattel. I did say it was a Mattel Creations exclusive after all. Well, you're not paying attention again, you silly goose. But yes, Vultak, a character that has actually been with me for well over a decade now, because if I move him over, I have actually had the Masters of the Universe Classics version of him since around the time he came out. And while I do feel like the Classics version is far superior in every way, that's not, a popular opinion on my channel anyways. Usually I feel like Classics are a bit dated, but this one I think holds up pretty well. He's got some of the better ankle rockers of all things in the Classics line, so if that's what you're looking for, I guess he's got that going for him. But yes, I do prefer the Classics one, not only because I think the sculpt is far superior to this Cartoon Collection one, because, well, that's just kind of the aesthetic with Cartoon Collection. Very bare bones, very basic. It is what it is. But he also comes with accessories that are of use to him. He's got his little leash there, which you can trap Cowl in. I do have the white, I want to say it's like the mini comic version of Cowl, or the retro toy version of Cowl, on my Classics shelf somewhere. Should have brought him up for this video, but nevertheless, he has that leash, and he also has a unique Horde crossbow with some wings sculpted onto it to make it a little bit more his own thing. So that is cool. He also has, in my opinion, slightly better wings in this guy, because he uses the DC Classics Hawkman wings. You can spread these out, and he gets pretty good spread out of those. They're really nice wings. I really like these wings. I always have, despite the fact that the hinge on the back's a little ugly looking. We're not going to kid ourselves, but yeah, I just always like the gargoyle aesthetic of this dude. I think he's pretty cool. I don't care for the loose feet, though. I could have done without that, but that is how MOTU Classics were. As far as accessories that this Vultak comes with, if we put him back in the middle here, or at least close enough. I guess that's close enough. But as far as his accessories go, he does, of course, come with a mini comic. I haven't heard anything about this mini comic, unlike the one that comes with Hero, who we haven't looked at yet. But it does have the Masters logo on the back. So, I don't want to spoil this for anybody who did buy this figure and doesn't have it yet. So I'm going to leave that be. If you want to watch a video on the mini comic, I'm sure there are plenty by now, because I upload stuff a little late. I don't need to be first. I'm not an attention-seeking hoe, as they say. But I will say, this guy does come with this little robot, which has a handle on the back for some reason. And I really don't know the significance of this. The little arms don't even move. It's just a solid piece. I could appreciate extra stuff as much as the next guy, but Origins just seem to be getting more and more bare bones, depending on what figure you're looking at. The Rio Blast, I feel, was a way better value for the money, but that's just me. So taking a closer look at Vultak, and a little bit of story time on good old Vultak, because yours truly is a member of Club Grayskull. Or is it Heroes of Grayskull? I cannot remember what the subscription service is, but it's like Club Grayskull or something like that. Either way, it's the $10 a year, heard me right, subscription service through Mattel Creations that gives you exclusive access to Masters of the Universe product. And, I can put input into what gets made. So basically, if I spam New Eternia, Scareglow, and Scaremare, maybe by 2030 we'll get him. But at any rate, I can participate in polls. I can get early access to things, maybe get entered into giveaways, so on and so forth. Basic perks. I don't know if shipping costs will come down for people who have signed up for this. I don't know if, you know, people who signed up for Club Grayskull get their stuff earlier. I mean, I got this guy pretty early, but I do live not too far away from a Mattel distribution center. I want to say they're in like Pennsylvania or something. I live in New York, so that's not too far. It's like a state away maybe, so that kind of makes sense. And they ship like what, FedEx or something, and they've always been relatively quick getting me my stuff, so there is that. But one of the things that happened with Vultak here is he went up for Club Grayskull members Monday, March 24th, and then he was available to everybody on March 25th. That was Tuesday. And unfortunately, when I initially ordered him, it was a limit of 1 per person. I don't know why that is, because Hero was not limited 1 per person. If any character was going to sell out in like, you know, less than a day maybe, it probably would have been Hero if I had to guess. But of course, Vultak did not sell out. Shocker. Not only was he limited 1 per person, but I don't think he's like that popular. I mean, I like him because he's like this gargoyle looking guy, right? But needless to say, when I went and ordered a couple more for some friends, they actually did not charge me shipping that time because they heard the backlash about the limit the day before and were like, you know what, that was kind of stupid. We're not going to do that again. Here's your money back. You only have to pay shipping once. And that is freaking cool, man. Like, I don't know any other company doing that. Like, Hasbro sure as heck ain't going to do that. They just have a website that don't work when you're trying to get the Comic-Con exclusives. So, yeah. Shout out to Mattel for still remotely giving a crap about the fans. You know, I don't even see, like, McFarlane doing that. And everyone's like, oh, they're so punk rock. And I'm like, yeah, that's why their stuff sells out in 2 seconds and then you can't get it anywhere. If there's a problem with it, they won't fix it. So, you know, on you, sir. But as far as Vultak's articulation goes, it's basic Origins articulation. He's got the double ball peg in the head. This is a collar piece. You can kind of rotate this around. It's sculpted to sit a certain way, but it really doesn't matter what way you have it. It's just kind of there. I don't know if mine is on right. I think it is. It just feels like this side's a little weird compared to this side, but whatever. Doesn't bother me at all. Shoulders go out to the side, back down. They rotate forward and back. He does have single jointed elbow with rotation. These little fur cuffs are new. He doesn't have the fur on the shoulders. I don't know if he's supposed to necessarily, but I imagine he's supposed to. The Classics one... Actually, the Classics one does not. I thought he was supposed to have fur on the shoulders. Never mind. Maybe he's got like a little tiny bit, but it's nothing noticeable. So, I retract my previous statement because I am a boob. Does have hinge swivel wrists. Those work fine. It's got your typical Origins hands that can just barely hold anything. Moving that up. He does have a waist twist. That's nice and tight. His hips will kick out to the side this far. They will kick back down. They will scrape up my nail. As I try to pop them back down, he can kick forward and back. It's a little tight, so be slow and steady with it. That way you don't mess anything up. He does have single knee with rotation. He's got a boot cut with a hinge in the foot. He does have a little... I was chipping a little bit of schmutz off of this foot. There's still a little bit more left I got to chip off, but that won't be too difficult. And then he does have a rocker with peg holes at the bottom of the feet. As for these wings back here, pop this down. I'll pop this down. These are just simply connected via these little pegs on the back. Literally just the standard torso with peg holes in the back. And these, as far as I know, are the April O'Neil wings from Turtles of Grayskull. Maybe this part's different, because it does feel a little bigger, but I don't have my April handy. She is currently in storage, so there is that. It doesn't look too bad with them spread out like that. This doesn't look like a tail feather to me. It actually looks like the bottom of the wing. And this wing sticks out ever so slightly more than this one, so you can actually collapse them. However, they stick out past his feet. So you can't have them collapsed all the way. That kind of sucks. It would be nice if these folded up in the middle somewhere. That way you could collapse them a little more. But as it stands, it's okay. It gets the job done. He's got his wings, and that's all there is to it. They're just not as good as they could be. Like I said, I like that MOTU Classics one's wings a little better than this guy's because of the articulation on them and whatnot. They just look better in neutral. Like, this is not how wings sit on a character like this. They should be sitting up past his shoulders, and they're not. But what are you going to do, man? They look good spread out. They just don't look good down. You'll just have to display them with them out, I guess. Everyone displayed those NECA gargoyles with their wings spread out because, God forbid, they give us all the frickin' cloaks. But, it is what it is, unfortunately. So before I wrap this up, let's bring in our two regulars, the Mythic Legions, Brother Manibelith. Right there. Whoop. Oh, Vultak's going to stick out a little bit here. That's what she said. Then we have the infamous 11 Spawn, who, as usual, towers over everyone because he is not, I repeat, not a 5.5-inch figure. So, with that being said, it's time now that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and aside from not coming with any real useful accessories for himself, I have to say that I thoroughly enjoy good old Vultak here, despite the fact that, I'm going to say it again, I do much prefer the sculpted Horde symbol on the torso as opposed to the tampoed on symbol, because being visually impaired, I get more out of a sculpted symbol than a painted one. It is what it is. That said, I think it's time now that I discuss Club Grayskull, because my hero video isn't out yet as the time I'm both recording and most likely posting good old Vultak here. So, long story short, yes, I bought into Club Grayskull because $10 a year is chump change compared to a lot of things nowadays. I mean, Four Horsemen Studios put up $1,000 dragon if you buy all the extra stuff, that is. It's about $600 plus without it. So, yeah, $10, not that big a deal, despite the fact that I get the fatigue with subscription services. There's a lot of them nowadays. I can completely understand why someone would be burnt out for paying for another subscription service. That's totally understandable. However, I feel like the perks outweigh the negative. And the perks are, you get early access, like I did with Vultak here. You also get exclusive access to characters like Hero, who, again, I should have a video of going up soon. And there could be other perks, like being entered to win free stuff, like figures or other merchandise, whatever it may be. That's Masters of the Universe related, that is. There could be a reduction in shipping cost. It could mean I get my figures earlier than some folks. I don't know. It's fairly new. I don't think it's even been out for a month now. But I'm okay with it. Does that make me a shill? Yeah, maybe. But I don't view shill as an offensive term. And I'm not going to get all butthurt over being called one. It is what it is. I'm a MOTU shill, I guess. I'm a Spawn shill, a Ghost Rider shill, a Gargoyle shill. I buy what I like. And if paying an extra $10 means I have an easier time buying what I like, then why isn't McFarlane Toys offering something like that? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, while I do understand the burnout with subscription services, I don't think Club Grayskull is the worst thing in the world. I'm looking forward to seeing what else they have to offer, and as I mentioned earlier, shout out to Mattel for refunding everybody who bought Vultak early and was limited to one per person. If you bought 2 the next day when you could order more, you only had to pay shipping 1 time. You didn't have to pay it twice. That is cool. I don't see any other toy companies doing that. That's what I like to see. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later.